So we are on our way to a marijuana grow-op. As you can see, I've been blindfolded so that I don't know exactly where we are going. It has been rumored that up to half of the rental units in the GVA, the Greater Vancouver area, do have some form of marijuana grow-op.
A large percentage of our practice deals with individuals charged with drug offenses, including marijuana grow operations.
As you can see, we are in the back seat of a van. Got a bit of a flood here. It definitely smells. It's a little pungent down here, not gonna lie. Yeah.
The idea of these individuals having received excessive profits from growing marijuana, which is typically what the police believe to be the case. And
that's a lot of marijuana. So how many plants are actually in here?
130 in there, 130 in there. So this is like the first stage, right?
Okay.
So these got another few weeks to go, and then there's 2 different stages in there of bud.
Well, if they're charged right away, they have the expense of hiring a lawyer.
And then that one's farther along. You'll be able to see buds on the plant, so I'll show you that one as well. If you want to move over that way.
Sure.
Typically, lawyers representing these types of offenses charge a block fee. The fees that we would charge here would be somewhere in the range of $10,000 to $15,000 plus the applicable taxes.
This will be done in about 2 weeks or so, ready to go. This is where the big bucks are, right?
And what would you look to pull in for something like this for the 130 plants?
It depends, maybe 20 pounds.
And what's 20 pounds worth?
Right now, 40 grand maybe. It's before paying everybody off, because everyone gets fucking paid. And
the individuals who come in who are actually the ones caught growing the marijuana, in my experience, often aren't the people receiving these large profits. There may be somebody backing them or somebody distributing the marijuana for them who is able to help them in paying their legal fees.
No one does it by themselves.
So it's more people to split the profit with then?
Of course, and that's the, people don't realize that at the end of the day that there's a lot of people, there's a team, right?
Do you mind if I ask how long you've been doing this for?
Oh, 8 years.
Wow, so you're kind of a pro at this?
I'm okay, not bad. But I don't do it by myself, right? There's always other people, so.
Individuals, in most cases, are charged with the offense of producing marijuana, along with possession for the purposes of trafficking in marijuana, so 2 different counts. And it's frequently the case that we see theft of hydro services along with that. So those would be the 3 most common offenses that we encounter.
How quickly could you get everything out of here?
A day. They would have known, but they can't do anything if nothing's in here, right?
Jail sentences can be, for a first-time offender with no other criminal history, certainly can be between 1 year and 2 years in jail.
When a seizure is made and they have the evidence on the table and they give a big number, they're pulled out of these reports done by the RCMP. This is an actual report, much like the grow-op that we actually went to look at. Each plant will produce 2 ounces. 1 gram of marijuana will make 3 to 5 joints. This grow-op would produce 66,864 grams, which equals 33,432 days of smoking. Now, for 1 person, that's 91 years. That's a 91-year supply of marijuana. A concern that I have is if they're overestimating what the actual street value is, it might come across to people who are thinking about getting into the business. It sounds like you're making a lot of money.
So you'd think over 8 years you'd be doing very well for yourself. Is that the case?
To build some of these places for like a I don't know, a 40 light show or something, it's costing you about probably 80 grand.
So an 80 grand investment just to even start.
That's to even start. So it takes, a half a year to build it, set it up, get your money back, and then you start making money. People don't realize, right? Everyone's got to get paid. You got to keep dishing your bills out. I've gone to school, and I didn't figure working for, $2,000 a month or $2,500 a month, 9 to 5, 5 days a week, wasn't worth it to me.
So the risk that you're taking doing this is worth it to you then?
Yes, it is. We work just as hard as everybody else.
There are a different group of people who are being used by other individuals and are disposable, I suppose.
What are you most concerned about?
Going to jail.
The average drug dealer is assuming risk far beyond the possibility of profits are going to be.
limpia.